Hail, adventurer, and well met. You're listening to the Adventure Check podcast, so gather your gear and prepare your spells, because Curse of Strahd starts right now. So last time, the party made its way through the abandoned house after meeting up with the ghost-like children that they had originally met outside, and were shown the way into the basement through hidden passage of stairwells in the attic. Upon getting down there, you investigated around, you found the family crypts and laid the children's remains to rest, and then continued looking around, fought your way through ghouls and ghasts and a mimic even, and then eventually made your way down into the lower ritual chamber, where you found a way in through what appeared to be like a prison holding area, and looking around, receiving this chant, "One must die, one must die." And not heeding this chant and essentially ignoring it, it was quickly discovered that one of the large refuse piles in the room was actually a Chamberlain Mound that was beckoned to awaken by these omnipresent chanters. And that is where we're going to pick up tonight. As Zips and Jade are looking at this mound of refuse, it now begins to sputter and move and rise up several more feet as it reveals itself in the water, a shambling mound.
Oh
no!
No.
Curiosity, as it's rising, would I have enough time to just take Zips off my shoulder and chuck him 15 feet behind me so he's out of the way?
Me.
Yeah, I'm gonna yeet Zips if I can.
I will allow it, I suppose.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks.
the fastball special. Let's go. One of these times, Zips is gonna have to have his short swords drawn, and someone's just gonna have to yeet him, and he's just gonna be a razor blade.
So I was 10 feet from the thing, and so you're 15 feet past that, I guess, technically.
In the water that comes up to his chin. So, for all intents and purposes, this is rough terrain. So it's gonna have movement for everybody in the water.
I was about to ask for everybody, or just
I mean, I'm practically
everybody.
swimming through it.
Yeah, I'm on the border of telling you to use swim speed, but there's not much of a difference there. In fact, it might be better. All right, I need initiative rolls.
All right.
Okey-doke.
I think technically I'm right there.
Where are you at,
Darn.
initiative?
Fuck me! Nat one of my first
Why
rolls.
did it roll it twice? I clicked it once.
Where is that on the sheet? I forget.
Okay, I got 7.
Right next to armor class.
I
Click
got
on your
3 'cause I got a
click
nat
on
one
your
my
token
roll.
first, and then you're good.
Come on, Thrombin, we can do him, bro.
All right.
Not going faster than you still?
Oh.
Rough. Okay, so that will.
I respect that. I respect that.
Switch it up. Alright, as this shambling mound rises out of the water and the murky green water just pours off of it, it rises up and you see these long vine-like arms reach out as it lets loose a roar. Brings us to the top of the round, Jade.
Oh my gosh, I didn't have any time to think. I'm going to what is the reach on my glaive? It is 10 feet. Sweet. So I'm gonna stay put where I'm standing, and how tough does this guy look, if I may ask? Like does this? Okay, let me elaborate. Does this thing look like it will take a good number of hits to bring down, or does it seem super weak? Never mind. I'm just gonna smack him with my glaive.
You have 6 seconds to make that assessment.
He looks tough. I'm gonna smack.
You're a thick boy.
Alright,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead and roll
slash.
attack.
I rolled, what is this? It's a 20!
20 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay! That is 4 slashing damage.
Alright. As you slice through one of the vines that's coming off of its arm.
Awesome! That's my turn.
No movement, nothing?
No, I'm gonna stay put.
Alright. That brings us to Tharian, who is going to wait for the DM to look at his character sheet.
He's being ghosted.
He is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to use 25 feet of his movement here. And he is going to hold his action for when the Chamberlain Mound is in range and make his attack. That will end his turn. Thrombin.
Oh, nice. Good to know that even though I rolled lower on the die, I'm still faster. Okay. Sorry, going over my own character sheet to remember what all I can do, since I don't play casters as often.
It's been a while since we played anyway.
Yeah.
Zips, you're on deck.
Say, what's this we?
Going to essentially snap my fingers to the 20-foot space there that the mound is occupying.
Mm-hmm.
Is limbed in fairy fire. Has to make a dex saving throw, DC 14.
That is a 1.
Okay, so it is limbed in fairy fire.
Alright. What does that do?
Any attack against it is at advantage.
That lasts for...
10 rounds.
Gotcha. So...
And then difficult terrain. What's the movement speed with that? Is it half?
Yep, so 15 feet essentially is what you can move.
I'll go up onto the dais there,
Okay.
and that will be my turn.
Alright, Zips, because I believe you have a better dex than this thing.
My dex is +4.
Yep, go ahead.
Zips is going to check his character sheet. Disengage and hide. Okay. I couldn't remember what I could do as a bonus action, because I'm a goblin. I'm going to move 5 feet, which I guess is really 10 feet, to get on the pedestal here. So I'm not in the water around me.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot an arrow at this monster. It is in fairy fire, so I get advantage, right?
You do.
Excellent.
Nice.
Gotta contribute some way.
27 to hit.
27
That's
will
a-
hit.
Almost a natural 20. That's going to be 8 piercing, but wait, there's more, because I'm going to use Fury of the Small and deal 2 more points of piercing damage to it.
That reminded
Say, if you
me of
subscribe
those.
now.
I was gonna say it reminded me of those commercials with the Tharian, but wait, there's more.
So 10, total of 10.
Billy Mays.
Oh no, 10 piercing damage, and I just pew a little arrow into it.
As you
That's a lot of damage.
if you scramble up the dice, basically almost on all fours as you come out, you get up to the top
It's
and
so
you notch
wet.
you notch an arrow as you're dripping with muck. And it flies right through into the alcove, and it embeds itself in between a couple of planks and vines.
And then Zips really doesn't want to be here, so Zips is gonna move 5, 10, 15, that's 25 feet. He's just gonna go back here and kind of halfway get in the water.
Okay. Nick, is that where you put the fairy fire, that green square?
Yes, but since he failed, he is the source of it now.
Gotcha.
He is limbed in green light and sheds dim light 10 feet all around.
Gotcha. Okay. bring us to the Chamberlain Mound, who is going to move up here, which will trigger Tharian's attack. As he makes one strike out with a 13, which will miss.
It's advantage.
That's correct. See? Look at you.
See, I help!
With an
That
11,
didn't
which will miss.
Oh no!
Okay.
I mean, hey, at least he helped.
Alright. So the...
Trophy.
Okay, here we go, people. As it
Oh, boy.
slowly crawls through the water, shoving everything to its side. It comes out, and Eltharian swings his sword, and it goes wide and misses, and it stands up at its full height, and it comes down with both of its vine-like arms straight down onto Jade. It's gonna make 2 slam attacks.
I knew I should have raged.
Both are 18.
Oh, what's my armor class? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, that hits. They both hit. My armor class is 15.
That is 19 bludgeoning damage.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Okay.
Are you down?
No.
That's why I did this. I was
I
saluting.
was wondering why you were saluting.
I was saluting Jade Sendoff.
I am not. Was that one attack or was that both?
That was both of them.
Okay, I am still up.
You're still up. You are now
We are
grappled.
level 2 right now, right? I
Yes.
didn't derp and forget to level. Okay.
I am grappled.
Yep.
Yep, I knew I should have raged.
Get-
I was hoping to
Guess
save
that
it.
we are fucked.
I was hoping to save it, but
that
I
will
should've
end
used
its
it.
turn. Kai.
Alright, so I'm gonna move. So I got 15 feet. I'm gonna. Whoopsie. Alright, so I'm gonna move to the edge of this. Watch it, who's it? Boom. Nope, too far. Boom. There. And then, do I have a clear sight of this thing to throw a dart at it?
Yeah. It's
Alright.
it's huge. It's literally.
I
its
figured so,
size.
but I
It's
don't
its size
want to, like, flip somebody. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a dart at this thing.
Alright.
Try to, because I'm getting nowhere fucking near that.
Go ahead and roll attack at
18.
advantage. Go ahead and roll again.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
18 will hit.
And a 9, thank God.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
My darts. Pew.
5.
My eye!
Anything else?
I don't think I can attack again, so I think that is it for our boy the monk.
All right. That brings us
For now.
to Jade.
Uh,
You are currently grappled. You can try to break it if you choose to.
what if I
Is
remain
it-
grappled? What does that mean? Is that disadvantage on attacks or anything, or is that just unable to move? I don't remember.
Yeah, you
Your
can't.
speed's 0.
Yeah, your speed is 0.
So I just can't move.
As it
Okay.
came down on with both of its arms and basically smacked you, and wrapped its vine-like arms around you. So it's currently like holding you still.
There is probably no point in trying to move away. Well, so first off, I might as well use it because it will help at this rate. After she gets slammed, she's gonna look extremely beat up. But she's gonna, like, as she's grappled, she's kind of getting back on her feet and grounding herself, to the ground in the water, and she is going to breathe in deeply and then just shout out the loudest roar she's ever done in her life, and she is going to rage. And with that rage, she is going to completely ignore the grapple, and she is going to attack again with her glaive.
All right, go ahead and roll attack.
Actually,
You already have advantage from fairy
Nope.
fire.
yeah, she's gonna do that. Oh, good. I don't need to attack recklessly. So I will attack.
Alright, so you
advantage.
get wrapped around with these vines, and you just have your blood boil as it courses through your veins, and you
Yeah.
let loose this roar-like sound coming from you, and you raise up your glaive and you swipe the attack. 21 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alrighty. And that is 13 slashing damage. And that was bonus action and action, and she can't move, so, if that's the last thing she does, then great. Great standing for her. That is my turn.
Use her movement action to try to break free, or is that a full action?
That's an action.
It's an action.
Yeah, it's full action.
Okay.
So.
That will bring us to Tharian. He's going to run up alongside you, Jade, and take essentially a leap of faith, because I don't know what you're at, he doesn't know what you're at. He's going to place his hands on you and cast all 5 lay on hands into you.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's just 5 hit points.
It's yeah, he can either do 1 from 1 to 5, and I'm assuming he has them all, so he just heals you 5.
That will help.
That will be his action.
Better than nothing.
And let me make sure none of his spells are bonus actions. I'm pretty sure not at level 2.
Yeah.
Action. Oh, that's a bonus. As he's casting lay on hands on you, not only do you feel this divine energy course through you and revitalize you to some extent, you also see this projection of goldish shimmering light in front of you as he casts Shield of Faith.
Oh! Oh yeah! Oh snap! I forgot about that.
Yep. Shimmering field appears and surrounds you within range, which was within 60 feet, but he was already here. You get 2 bonus to your AC.
Whew. Okay!
For 10 minutes.
I'll take it.
So he's taking a leap of faith on you.
Someone needs to.
That will end his turn. Thrumbin.
Okay. Sorry, still doing the whole relearning what my abilities are. Apologies. Sorry, I had all intents in the world of actually looking at this, and I have not had time.
Zips, you're on deck.
Take your time.
Alright, so I hold up my shield, which is my holy symbol. Bright sunlight comes from it. And the shuffling mound needs to make a DC... What's the DC? Constitution saving throw equal to... I'm guessing the same as my spellcasting. So DC 14 con save.
It rolls a 5.
Perfect.
Nice.
So it takes... I am really bad with tab management right now. Slash roll. I need to set this up at some point. It takes 18 radiant damage.
Damn.
As a sunburst flows through me and just zap fries it. But it is radiant damage.
What is that, a class feature?
Yeah, that is my, the hell's it called? That is my channel divinity.
Oh, that's cool.
For being a cleric of light.
Yep,
Oh, that's right.
lifts up his shield and a beam of divine energy comes down onto his shield, and he basically recoils ever so much and redirects it and pings it off of his shield straight at the Chamberlain Mound, and it basically collides into it and takes a few steps back going
That's sick as fuck.
And then I'll actually move up to the water's edge so that I can be in range of Jade in case there's healing needed.
Alright.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Zips.
Okay, Zips is gonna do what Zips does best. He can go ahead and just step forward a little bit. Gonna notch another arrow and going to shoot at the mound with advantage again.
Yes, sir.
Kablam!
26. 26 will hit.
Nice.
10 piercing without Fury of the Small.
Can't do that again?
I can't do that again. I gotta rest.
Okay. We're chunking it pretty nicely.
Oh, crap. I forgot to add +2 to my last attack. Oh well.
Damn it, Jade.
Forgot to do that with my raging.
Get your shit together.
Is that all, Zips?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Alright. That will bring us to the Chamberlain Mound, who has its vine arms grappled around Jade. As you all look over, you see tighten its grip on Jade as it lifts her out of the water and up over its head, and it opens its mouth,
Oh crap! It can swallow.
engulfing her.
It can swallow. That's a problem.
Jade, you are now.
Probably should have known that.
Jade, you are blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Oh my
Is this
God.
Let me check something
I think
really
that
quick.
drowning last week was like a precursor to this.
Is that a
There's
what?
no
able to breathe?
save. There's no
Nah.
save or anything with that, is there?
It's because you were grappled. It just happens. If it chooses to make that action, it happens.
Okay.
How do you remove someone from being engulfed?
Let's get creative,
Killing it?
people.
I don't know.
Kai, you're up.
Alright. You know what? No better time like the present. If I'm gonna bite it, it's probably gonna be here. So I'm gonna run up to this thing, use my 15 feet of movement.
Okay.
I'm gonna make an unarmed strike against it, and then I'm gonna use a bonus action with my key to do flurry of blows. So I can spend 1 key point to make it 2 unarmed strikes as the bonus action.
Excellent.
And they're at advantage.
All right, so roll your 2 attacks at advantage.
So I think it'd be 3 attacks, because 1 and then use my flurry of blows bonus action. That's 2 additional unarmed strikes.
You
But
are
it takes a key point off me.
correct at level 2. Somebody who's played monk more than me.
I always had to ask that question when I was my monk, so you can ask Matt.
Mm-hmm.
I do this many attacks,
Immediately
right?
after you attack, take the attack action on your turn. You can spend 1 key point, make 2 unarmed strikes. Yep, you're correct. So
3
roll-
attacks at advantage. Go, Kevin, go.
Where's those nat 20s? Let me see them.
Oh boy, there's 1, 2. Oh wait, so that'd be my
20.
first one. So unnatural 20. So that'd be my first one. We'll do that. 5.
Do you have, are you able to click advantage at the top of your character sheet?
Oh yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go ahead
I
and
forgot
toggle
about
that.
Okay. This will be my second strike. A 20. No,
Another
unnatural
20.
2 unnatural 20s. All right, that'll hit.
3 on that roll, and then my third and last. 17.
All 3 will hit.
Nice.
Sweet. And then that damage is a 6. So 5, 3, and a 6 on my damage.
Nice.
All right. That works.
So I'm just beating this shit. Just going up, just like punching it, which probably feel like little pokes at this fucker.
You run up and you basically do the Fists of Fury from World of Warcraft, and you see fists just flying left and right. You get several hits in on it, and it recoils with the landing of each one. All right, that'll bring us to the top round. Jade, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
Alright guys, it's been
Okay,
fun.
I was just finishing reading something. The reason why I asked about if it was a save is because I do have something that allows me to not be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated, but I don't think it's this kind of thing. So, Constitution, you said?
Yes.
What did I roll?
20.
I did technically 16 because that was with advantage. Sorry.
Okay, 16. As you are swallowed by this creature and you're completely blinded as you're inside, you feel the insides begin to tighten up and push against you, and using your gladiatorial strength, you're able to position yourself ever so slightly and keep the interior wall at bay, keeping it from crushing you. Alright, you saved. You were
Sweet.
still blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Alright, so what do I have on me here? I would like 6.
Use fireball.
Run! wrong character. So I would like to. I'm trying to think realistically about this. With still using her glaive to try to attack while she's inside. So I'm trying to think of a realistic description of what she may do. But you know what? Yeah. So as you said, where she's pushing against the walls, with her hands, she's also gonna use both of her hands to hold the glaive and just jab one end on one side, and then jab the other end of the glaive on the other. So it's like trying to help her hold it there with her hands. But as she's holding it there, she's just going to start taking the glaive and turning to try to slice around the inside of that monster, if that makes sense.
Alright, we're gonna get into some real interesting rules here. You are inside of a creature that is currently emanating fairy fire, but you are blinded because the light is from the outside, so you do not get advantage from that. Just to be clear.
Okay.
You are blinded, therefore you have automatic disadvantage on attacks. So you're gonna have to make this roll at disadvantage because you're so squished in here. To get the leverage to make this attack is gonna be difficult.
So then, if I do reckless, would it be a straight roll?
It would be a straight roll, yes.
Then I got nothing to lose. She's gonna recklessly attack, but I said basically trying to carve the inside of the monster as she spins inside it. Yep.
Okay.
No sympathy for the monster, but damn.
Alright, go ahead.
Gotta live somehow.
Go ahead and make your attack.
That is a 19.
19 will hit.
Nice.
As you just start trying.
That
to...
is
Jane, go!
9 plus 2 slashing damage, so 11.
As you just try to carve up the insides of this creature that is slowly trying to devour and digest you. Alright. That will bring us...
And I think...
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I was just reading
that's
over
fine.
some things.
That will bring us to Tharian, who at this point also sees nothing to lose. He is going to sheath his sword and quickly make a prayer to his god for, oh dear God, please get us the fuck out of here. Zips, Thrombin, and Kai, you are all blessed.
What's that do again?
Praise be.
Hashtag blast.
Whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack or roll or saving throw. So if you make an attack for the duration or a saving throw, you can add a d4 to it.
Is that for like a certain amount of time, or?
This lasts for 1 minute.
Okay.
So yeah, the way I'm reading this, unless somebody knows better than I, for as long as this lasts, each attack can add a d4.
It's not super powerful, but it helps when it counts.
It can put you
Yeah,
at
so
advantage.
it can help in a pinch.
Alright. That is his action. And he is going to move right there just to sort of block the path. That'll end his turn. Thrombin.
You shall not pass.
As Eltharian moves right up alongside Kai to try and keep the creature within the alcove.
So Jade is like consumed. We cannot see her, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Do they see the sharp end of the glaive poking out as she's trying to carve?
Yeah, you probably see a bulging section of it.
Well, based on that... Sorry. Alright, so a la Roy Mustang once again snaps his fingers. Holy Flame shoots out at it. It has to make a DC 14 Dex check.
I miss Full Metal now.
I've been meaning to rewatch it.
It will succeed with a 16.
Alright. Okay, it's not half damage. So.
Just no damage.
Yep, no damage on a succeed.
Alright. As the flame leaves your hand and goes to make a connection with it, it actually hits a spot that's pretty much drenched in the water and it extinguishes on contact. Any movement, bonus actions?
So I'm looking real quick. That will be it for me.
Zips.
I'm gonna notch another arrow, and I'm just gonna be like, I have been chosen to slay you. The gods have blessed me. And I'm gonna roll an attack with advantage plus a D4.
Go for it.
That's 23. I'm gonna roll a D4 anyway. 27.
If only that made it a natural 20. Go ahead, that'll hit.
6 piercing damage.
You got 6.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope. That's the end of Zip's turn.
You need 600 to beat this thing. You got 6.
Alright. It's... The Chamberlain Mound is going to rise up and make 2 attacks at Kai.
Fuck. This might be my die phones.
The first one is a 21.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Second one is a 13.
Misses.
You take 11.
My armor
You
defense.
take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. Alert.
You okay?
As the first vine comes up and like smacks you in the midsection, you grab onto it, it flings you against the wall, and you hang on just barely as it brings in its second attack, and you duck underneath and collides with the wall, basically taking a whole like square foot of brick just out of it as it falls into the water. That'll end its turn. Kai, you're up.
Kevin grappled, or
No.
What?
Both attacks.
don't get hit by both.
Yep. Both.
Don't get hit by both.
Fuck. Do. I'm gonna use my last key points, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go fucking rock'em sock'em robots on this motherfucker.
I like it.
Go for it. Roll your 3
All right,
attacks
here
at
we go.
advantage.
Yeah, so I select advantage right there. 1, 2, 3. On my second one, I'm gonna add my D4.
Okay.
I mean, you add them at all.
Just in case that 15 is looking, I'm not sure.
It's 22, 15, and 23. Now it's 16.
Oh.
No, of course, I fucking.
All 3 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, awesome.
Fuck yeah. Alright, my first one is a 5. My second is a 6.
Go, Kevin,
And
go.
my last one is
Nice.
Damn, son.
Beautiful.
As you get slammed into this wall and you fall down into the water, you basically like jerk your head back up like, oh, I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't.
I like it.
And you almost like Jesus Lizard sprint across the water and you run up into him and you throw a roundhouse into him and do a couple of flurry of blows and it knocks back and it just falls down a little bit and gathers itself as you see it breathing deeper and then it rises back up.
I like breathing
Please take care
deeper.
of this
It makes me think we're doing shit.
Any
Someone
movement?
please take care of this thing. 'Cause I'm about to bite it. No, because you're gonna get an advantage.
Alright.
Not
Brings
advantage,
us to-
attack of opportunity.
Brings us to
Hell no.
Jade. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, come on, Jade. 13, which I'm a little afraid of. I wish I was proficient. I'm an Earth Genasi!
You take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh but it's halved!
Yay, rage!
It is halved. You are raging. You are
So
correct.
what is that? Is that 4 or 5?
4.
Okay. I mean,
As you
Wait,
made your attack on your last turn, you find yourself in a very awkward position internally as the interior walls crush against you and almost knock the air right out of your lungs that you're trying to hold in. You feel a couple of bones starting to fracture.
so, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is mechanically... I have to sneeze. Hold on.
Mechanically, you have to sneeze.
God bless you. Oh, damn it.
Alright. I muted myself, yeah. Mechanically speaking, is there any way to try to, like, make some sort of check to get out of the swallow or get out of the monster before I try to be creative with this? Okay. Then, I'm going to do another reckless attack.
Keep the monster
keep
from
it
the
a straight-
inside.
Go for it.
Yeah, to keep trying to carve it from the inside.
Alright.
Basically try to, like, slice it in half from the inside and just to keep it as a straight roll with the glaive. And I get a 14.
14.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that will miss.
That's
The
what
position
I
you are
thought.
in is the walls are closing in on you. You can't get enough momentum behind the blade to actually do anything.
Alright, she, gets a little angered by her lack of progress in the last 6 seconds, and, as if she wasn't angry already, but everyone's just gonna hear another, like, bellowing roar from inside the monster,
Alright.
out of just pure anger.
That will bring us to Tharian, who has expelled all of his spell slots. He is going to make a regular attack. I'm just making sure he doesn't have anything that gives him anything else. Yep. He is going to make his attack at advantage. A 22 will hit. Does this require a spell slot?
Smite does. If that's what you're looking at.
Yes, you are correct. So a 22 will hit. That will deal 13 slashing damage.
Wow.
Yep. As he raises up his sword and draws his shield as well, and makes a downward strike, lopping off one of the smaller vines. But he will continue to hold his ground. Thrombin.
He's got a lot of health.
Yeah.
I can't use that without hurting others, so... actually... I will tap Kai on the back. Be like, come on,
Hello?
you can do this. Cure wounds.
You're fucking right.
Cure wounds. So go ahead and roll your heals. As
How do I-
Thrombin
It's like
comes...
it's kind of like smelling salts. He puts one in front of my nose.
As Thrombin comes behind you, Kai, and he places his hands on your shoulders and gives you a quick back rub, like, you get back in there, you see them, you knock him the fuck out.
Cut me, Mick.
You heal for 5. 5 whole hit points.
Oh, I'm dumb. I like clicked and I'm like, why the fuck is it not doing it? There's a thing in the middle of my screen saying cast at what level. Do
That
do
always
do
gets
do.
me.
Oh well. I know it for next time.
Any movement bonus actions?
Yeah. I will move down here and make myself another potential target,
Alright.
and that'll be it.
Gotta share the damage.
Exactly. Honestly,
Let me know.
100% what it is.
Zips.
Zip's gonna shoot it.
Shoot it, Zips.
Zips does what Zips does best. Another arrow.
Zip,
Dodge.
bring it down!
I'm gonna add a D4 to that. It's a 26.
Alright.
If I could type, that would be awesome. 27!
27
Lucky
will
number
hit.
tonight. 7 piercing. So many 7s.
Play the lottery. Alright, as it takes yet another arrow. Basically hitting it almost in the same spot every time.
Yes! Fucking die! Give me my friend back!
Aww.
It's adorable.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Who's cutting onions?
Uh-oh.
Oh, the music changed.
Oh
We
no.
now
That
just
brings
hit
us
phase 2.
to the
New-
sham.
The final countdown.
You guys phased the boss. Good job.
Shit! Next
No, we didn't.
moves. Don't like this.
Bye, guys.
Alright. At this point in time, based on how much damage one of you is putting out, Kai, the Chamberlain Mound is going to make
That
another
wasn't
2 attacks
me.
at you.
Oh no.
The first one is a 23.
Yep.
The second one is a 12.
Miss.
Oh, okay.
Take 18
thank-
bludgeoning
thank-
damage.
Oh!
On one hit? I mean, regardless, okay, so that's, yeah. I'm down hard.
Oh,
I'm
what?
at minus 10.
What's your max hit points?
I was just
It's sure
gonna
it's higher
ask.
than 10. It's higher than 10 for sure.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 more points of damage and you would have died outright.
So for what it's worth, I have all my NPCs set to auto roll damage regardless of what the roll is, so I don't have to do it if it's a hit. That second one was also 18.
Jesus. Ow.
Yeah,
on,
if the
Vinny.
second one hit, you would have died.
Yeah.
Jet.
That will bring us to Kai's turn.
All I will say is thank God for unarmored defense.
Oh
Holy
yeah,
shit.
it's awesome.
That will bring us to Kai's turn as he gets basically wrapped up by one of the vines and lifted, and the other one comes all the way across
Right.
and smacks him across the face in midair, and this mound just drops him back into the water, and he's blitzes back floating in the water. Kai, I need a death
Right
saving
before
throw.
he,
Right before
so
what?
I want to say right before I drop into the water, I was like, you hit like a bitch, and that's it. And then I'll just, die. Okay, what am I
Famous
doing?
last words.
Yeah, death saving throw as you splash into the water, just looking up
16.
at the ceiling. That'll succeed.
Okay.
That'll end Kai's turn. Jade, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, come on, Jade. This might be what I get. A 16!
16.
Mm-hmm.
So as
16's all around.
you feel the body move as it picks up Kai and makes its attack, so it gives you a moment to reposition yourself, but only for a second. And as you go to move, the walls spin to close right back in. And you are able to take your glaive and spin it horizontally and place it up, and it just barely holds it off.
Man, I know I built Jade to be tough, but this girl is tough.
Yeah, no kidding.
Holy
Jesus.
crap! Well,
Jade, go ahead and
thank
take
God
your
for
turn.
the 6+6 for Constitution save. That's all I can say. She's gonna keep at it. She's gonna keep being reckless inside that thing and keep roaring to her heart's content and keep using that glaive to just carve this thing up like in the Hercules movie for Disney when he was inside the Hydra.
Alright, go ahead and roll your attack. Recklessly?
Yeah, so still straight.
Alright.
Cause I mean it can't attack me, so
7 will miss.
7! Oh god! No, come on!
As the walls
Somebody-
close in and you use your glaive to keep them from crushing you, you notice that it actually gets stuck and you're not able to maneuver it out to make your attack.
At least it wasn't a 1.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for her.
That will bring us to Tharian with No spell slots will continue to strike away. He's actually... Yep, no, he's just going to make his attack. And with a 23 will hit. 9 slashing damage. He
9 slashing damage.
slices across, and he actually takes off one of the bigger limbs, and it falls down to the water. As it roars back in pain. That'll end his turn. Thrombin.
Roy Mustang finger snap. DC 14 dex saving throw.
Never mad about that.
Dex. That is a 5.
Alright, so let me pull my character sheet back up and stop being a derp.
Derp.
6 radiant damage.
Awesome.
As this time it actually connects with a dry spot and ignites. It takes the 6.
Boy, looking here.
He's looking pretty rough.
Oh my
Alright,
God.
I will stay in range and continue to be bait.
Alright, Zips.
Easy,
I'm not-
easy.
I am not literally standing over Kai at this point, but I'm basically standing over Kai.
Gotcha.
You're just straddling me.
20. I'm using the bless. 20s?
Yeah.
5. I almost said 27 just because I'm hooked on that number.
Oh shit! I still had that D4. Oh, I thought it went away.
No,
Oh, wait, no, I used it. Never mind. I used it. Never mind. I thought I didn't use it my last.
but you
time.
have it
You
each
always
time.
It's every
Everything.
turn.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
no,
I didn't realize that.
You have it for every attack and every saving throw.
Until the
Yeah,
spell
Oh.
I used
fades.
it last turn regardless. So.
6.
6 piercing damage. That's all I got.
As you strike it essentially right in what looks like the mouth.
I'm running out of arrows, guys.
Oh God.
Make more.
I'm running out of blood. Fuck you.
That'll bring us to the Chamberlain Mound, is going to make 2 attacks at Tharian.
I'm getting eaten.
You were way too excited about that.
Alright, that is...
This monster's pretty much
the first
teabagging.
one is a... Wow, they're both 16s, and they'll both miss with an 18 armor class. Lucky him.
Yeah, the tank's
Oh,
doing his job
boy.
finally.
I was
I'm
waiting
a
for a
tank
natural
too.
to pop up.
That will bring us to Kai. I need a death saving throw.
Okay, real quick. Did I
Cool.
hear we could use the D4 on
You can't use it
Death
on
save.
death saves.
Not death saving throws.
Oh, okay. I was saying like I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Just don't fail, Kevin. It's that easy.
Just don't roll a natural 1.
Yeah.
14 will succeed.
Oh wow, I didn't think it would.
That'll end your turn. You
Alright,
have
there
2
we go.
successes. Jade, I need
Woo.
a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, come on, girl. You got this. Baby, hold on. Where'd it go? 24!
24. Yep.
Nice.
Oh, she angry.
Yeah, she's really angry. Go ahead and take your turn.
I wouldn't like her when she's
Rinse
angry.
and repeat. She's gonna, let's see. I'm curious. You know what? She's going to, just for narrative speaking, because this is fun now, because again, nothing to lose. She's just gonna keep the glaive there. She'll let go of it,
Okay.
and then she's going to take out, so like she's hoping that with the glaive staying there, it will help keep the walls kind of apart, so to speak, and at least keep doing damage passively. But as she lets go, she's gonna pull out a hand axe, and she's just gonna start hacking at where she already was hitting and making wounds and bleeding.
Hackety hackety.
And again, still reckless. So that
Okay.
is, oh my god! Another 7.
7 will miss.
So, yeah. That's it.
Alright. That brings
I'm
us...
just gonna keep trying to make constitution
Does
saves at
anyone
this rate until
else's
it's
map
down.
just freak out?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna reload my page.
That brings us to Tharian, who's going to make his attack. With a 23 will hit. The 11 slashing. That will end his turn. Thrombin.
How many rounds have we gone so far?
Oh, I can tell you.
Oh, good.
Because my arrow tracking. Give me 1 second. I gotta reopen my character sheet because it closed when I refresh my page.
Sorry.
We have gone 5 rounds so far.
Okay. Just trying to keep an idea of how much longer Fairy Fire is live.
I was just wondering the same thing.
It's halfway done. Okay.
Ammunition tracking. Let's go.
Matt, you get inspiration for that.
I already have inspiration.
Oh, we're inspired!
I haven't had a chance to use it yet because I've been making all of my rolls.
Oh my god, I could have used it so many different times! Okay, I'm gonna remember this.
Are
There
you
you are.
though?
It's on you
You're
guys
nice.
to remember these things.
It is.
You know what? For funsies, we're gonna whip it this time.
Real good.
So, I'm assuming the 20 hits.
20 will hit.
Wait, so did that roll the damage, or is that a roll? Oh, that was a roll.
Yeah, that was a
Shit.
roll. 20 will hit.
With
Damn
the face.
It'd help if I just did this. I did this for a reason.
I thought that was
8.
the damage. I was like, where
I
is the
wish.
fuck for you?
But still, it's a max.
Thrombin's back there like,
slashing.
alright, time to stop messing around.
What?
Alright. As you
Like fucking
grab the
dominatrix spear.
whip off of your hip and you unfurl it, and as you all look around, those that are still conscious and can see this whip basically envelop around Thrombin as he reaches back and it arcs back about 8 to 10 feet, and he comes back with it, and it goes through the air, cutting through, and you hear and smacks the Chamberlain Mound. Thrombin, how did you vanquish this?
Nice. Atta boy.
Ripped my arm straight up and just cleaved it in half with the running chain
Bring
link.
Bring it up, and it comes straight down, and it finds a soft spot that was rotting away, and it carves right through it and just splits it almost in two as it falls down.
Hi, Jade.
It splits in two. She's covered in blood. She's just like, ah!
Oh, that was fun. That was a fun way to end this fight.
Kai's
Oh.
just laying there.
You're alive!
Kai, go ahead and give me a death save.
Oh crap.
That will be a
Yeah, that
failure. So you take 1 failure. You have 2 saves.
Oh no, I kneel down. Spare the dying.
He's,
You wake
He's not
up,
died. He's not dead yet.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Spare the dying just makes him stable.
That's if he's unconscious already.
He is unconscious.
That's
Oh
why he's making
fudge!
death throws.
Sorry. For some reason, I thought he woke back up. My bad.
No.
I was just like,
I was just saying-
fight's over. We're alive.
Alright, so he stabilizes.
Lindsay's that doctor cleared. Oh, you saved
It was one of those, I was waiting to see if I'd have to do that. Like, if shit was looking bad, I was gonna do that. Hi, Kai. How you doing, buddy?
Did
As
we
you
win?
come to Kai and Jade, as you crawl your way out of this carcass of a mound of garbage and floral matter.
She's
and
gonna rip it apart as she walks out of it.
you,
Ziggs is gonna run up to Jade. Ziggs is gonna be like, Jade, I thought you died!
There you go, Kai. You're at 12 health.
I've been through worse.
And Ziggs is just gonna hug Jade's leg, and as he
That's-
does, he's gonna channel a cure wounds through the hug.
Oh, I don't
Three-
think it would have mattered, Kevin, but it was
3
plus
hit
4,
points.
not plus 2. But you were like at negative 10 health, right?
he's at
Yes.
0.
Okay.
We won't do negatives. He's just at 0.
You can
Well, I
heal
mean,
3 hit
for
points,
the
Jade.
sake of would it put him over 0? He was at -10.
Ah.
Yeah, so
So, yes.
Am I at 2 or 12? Just so we're clear.
No, you're at 12.
You're at 12.
I rolled for max.
Okay.
It's a
Okay,
D8 plus my modifier. I thought it was my class level, but I'm a derp.
Alright.
So,
As you
Appreciate you.
all
Aw.
take a moment to breathe and figure out
Oh.
what's going on.
I-
Let's
dang!
let's take 5 minutes here.
Okay.
Oh crap.
You're listening to the Adventure Check podcast. And for all you adventurers out there who like to have a little extra immersion at their table, head on over to battlebards.com and get yourself a BattleBards Prime subscription. A BattleBards Prime subscription will get you streaming access to the entire BattleBards content, the ability to upload and mix with private audio libraries, and a 20% discount on all purchases. So go ahead and get yourself a BattleBards Prime subscription, and when you do, use the coupon code ADVENTURE. Now, we return to Barovia. Alright. Okay. So, as the 5 of you stand in this 2 feet deep murky water with the Chamberlain Mound almost carved in two and dead at your feet, from what you can tell. You look around and you notice the shadows that manifested themselves in the room have disappeared. The chanting has ceased, and it is now eerily quiet. What would you like to do?
So can we leave?
So when Zips hugged Jade's leg, that's just covered in blood and everything, and healed her, Jade is going to feel the hug, and that will be what gets her out of her rage, and she's just gonna kneel all the way down and just hug Zips back.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. And
Are
she's like
we,
starting to wipe the blood off of him that she has all over her.
I'm hoping before we get out of here we have time to take a short rest. Because I'd like to have at least one of my abilities back.
Yeah, I
We
like to get
could
my
open
key back.
And then go to the tombs and take a short rest in the tombs.
Yeah, let's
I think
Did
that
we
sounds good to me as well.
Did we take a short rest between sleeping with the ghosts and this point? Because I only have 1 hit die left, so I just wanted to make sure if that's correct or not.
We have only taken 1 short rest, yes.
After that long rest?
Yeah.
Okay, fudge.
That's
yeah,
probably how I got
wouldn't-
my Fury of the Small back.
I'd be down with a short rest too, because it's better than nothing at this rate.
Tharian is okay with short rest even though he gains nothing back.
You used all your spell slots in that last
They don't
fight.
come
Good
back.
job.
They don't come back on a short rest.
I know.
Neither does his lay on hands. So he's just.
Alright. Why don't we
Cap.
go back into that little like side room that we found that weakness in the wall to get into
Open
this
the
room with the water, and we
But-
can take the short rest in there in case those cultists come back.
So for
But first, did
so-
the Chamberlain Mound drop anything?
Loot.
I had to say it. Come on, cut me some slack.
I love it.
He's gonna cut you something.
you can give an investigation check if you really want to investigate the corpse.
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Honestly, I would have helped you.
Just so you're aware, there is a gate wheel near the east side of the room that you tried to come through the other side originally, and you couldn't open.
Oh yeah.
That you could probably open the gate and leave out that way instead of going back through the room, if you care at all. Just saying.
Doesn't
Oh,
matter to me.
I'll pull the wheel.
Yeah, and then we can just rest in here instead.
Rest amongst the creepy relics and artifacts.
Oh,
Yup.
There's a
yeah.
goblin hand in there.
Oh, that's right. That's what we saw.
At least it's decorated.
Fuck goblins. I know I'm a goblin, but fuck goblins.
Wow.
So you didn't investigate the mound?
I'm not
I
personally,
did.
no.
Okay.
Oh, not just now. I investigated beforehand. That's how we discovered it was alive.
Yeah.
I'm happy to check it out, if no one else will.
I'll help you.
I was inside the thing, so I mean, nothing scares me.
I will help.
Good, I'm gonna need it, because it's a -2.
Alright, go ahead and give me an investigation. At advantage.
Oh, right. Uh,
Even better.
now it's a
Excellent.
I should have stopped you and said maybe I should have done it.
-1.
At advantage, it's a 3. You go back through the corpse, and you don't really find anything other than its innards. Most of what would be left behind at this point is probably decayed or been eroded away.
fun.
Fun.
So you
Do I
all...
still have my inspiration, or did you spend that once?
Nobody spent their inspiration.
Surprisingly.
I'm sorry, I hit every one of my attacks.
Yes, it didn't have a
Thanks
reason.
to Fairy Fire.
This is what I get for giving out inspiration.
No, keep giving it out.
Nobody uses it.
I promise, I'll use it.
Exactly. There will be
really?
need
I'm
for you not.
gonna use it.
So you guys trudge your way back through the water in the silence, back out into the room that had all the artifacts and relics that you had originally investigated when you first came down here. And you go ahead and attempt a short rest, from what I understand.
Yeah. I'll
Alright,
rest.
hit die.
Go ahead.
I don't need to use any hit dice.
Do we
Fuck.
succeed at attempting a short rest? That's the more important question.
Oh,
Please say no.
Dude.
I only get one thing back from a short rest.
I mean, I also only get one thing back, but my one thing I get back is that beam of light that immolated the thing.
Need to find more arrows. I'm running low.
I get my key back.
Did you not go back and recover what arrows you could from it?
I have not.
I mean, I'd give you arrows, but I have bolts. I mean, those are probably about the same size as your arrows, but...
Shots fired.
I have eight arrows left. I only used 5 that round of combat, like whole combat. So
oh man. Okay. Good job, hit die.
Alright, I'm going to roll for a random encounter to see if you guys can actually take a short rest.
Oh no.
let's go. Give me your best shot.
And it's Strahd.
Bye.
I thought he was fucking serious for a second.
He might be. Strahd just shows the
there's-
fuck up
Yeah, no.
whenever he wants.
In this campaign, it's a complete chance every session that he could just show right up.
Yeah, Strahd just shows up wherever the fuck he wants.
Oh my
We just catch him like in a bathrobe holding a coffee mug and be like, oh.
Oh my.
So,
Let's get you guys in a second. Let me finish my coffee.
as the 5 of you get into the next room and lean up against the walls and try to rest just a little bit, tend to your wounds, go ahead and roll your hit die.
Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna attempt to meditate to get my key back.
Okay.
A -1 investigation check. How did I just see that?
You leave things in it.
I put things inside it.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Everybody rolling
yeah.
their hit die?
Well, no one else
Don't
was
need
checking.
to.
done.
I don't need to.
I rolled my
After
hit die.
I didn't get hit once.
So,
I am
I got hit a couple
thankfully.
times.
I am thankfully almost back.
as I say, 'cause
Do you not have hit dice to roll,
Who?
Kevin?
Nope.
Oh, because you used them all with the door, I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
that makes sense.
Wait,
Oh,
so
Yeah, use
is,
the door,
is
crap.
Jade the only one benefiting from this short rest?
No,
No.
I benefit.
Oh, okay.
I
He looked at-
benefit from it because I'm meditating to get back all my key points.
I get my Fury of the
Okay.
Small back, which is
Okay.
just an
And I
extra
get
2
my
points of
channel
damage.
divinity back.
I was starting to get really perplexed. I was like, wait, what the hell?
Mhm.
I
Okay.
just used my final hit die,
We
and that's
really
it.
care about one member of the group.
Alright, so
We stand our friends here. If you say otherwise, I'll eat you.
as you guys tend to your wounds and meditate, it gets to about 30 to 40 minutes into your short rest where you hear a light whistling of wind.
Oh no, baby, cry. Good.
Damn it, Mike, pick up the wind. Damn it, fuck you. Okay. And it seems to a rush of cold air comes into the room as the wind picks up and then ceases, and you see a tall shadow stand up in sort of this corner and slowly take shape.
Stop.
Oh shit, where are we? Oh, we're up there. I have not looked on the map the whole time.
You look over in the corner and you see this translucent, almost smoky-esque like shadow, with no features. It's just a form that seems to take the shape of a humanoid.
Jade, how you feeling? You okay? You good to go, Jade?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm
I can-
better.
I can step up.
No, it's okay. I'm better. I can take care of this.
Step and square up.
She's gonna stand up from her break, and she's going to stand in front of Zips and try to stand in front of everybody else and get ready with the shadow, expecting
Zips is
another
gonna
fight.
peek around from behind her leg and go.
He's just hissing at it. The hair on the back of his neck is like standing up.
Arches
I
his
love
back like a fucking
goblins.
cat.
Almost as much as I love dwarves.
And as you all see this, and in a moment, you hear a voice sort of echo from all directions. Interesting. Perhaps you show some promise in this land.
He did roll Strahd.
It's alright, I was right, he was serious.
I wish you luck. You're going to need it. Best hurry along. This house isn't long for this world.
The house isn't
Okay,
long for
we
this
need to
world.
go.
And the
Oh, no.
shadow fades.
House jumps from a cliff. What the fuck?
Whole house is a mimic this entire time.
But nope, I'm leaving. Bye. I quit
Well,
the game.
What a twist.
Bye!
Thrombin just
Thrombin just
sits
haul
up
it.
going, alright, I'm not fucking around anymore. We're done. And he makes for the stairs to go back up into the crypts.
Is this actually happening?
No.
Oh, there's the mimic.
Yeah, it's dead.
No. Fuck him.
As you guys make your
Fuck
way
that.
back up to the next level of the crypts. So, you guys make your way for the stairs up to the next level into the crypts. You get to the top of the stairs and are immediately round about the corner and go up a few more flights of stairs, and you find the two hallways that split. Where are we going?
Are you talking here?
Right here. Oops, I am not. Yeah, this is where you guys are. And you will recall that.
Okay, if I
there's-
remember right, the stairs over...
Follow my line.
No, I don't want to follow your line because your line's slower from what I remember.
Where is everyone pegged?
How do you...
Click and hold.
I always forget how to do the...
When
Ping.
you're making the ruler, right click, it'll drop a point, and you can measure from the new point.
Are you
But you
trying
have
to
to
get
constantly
are you
hold
trying to
down
get
the
over
left
here?
point.
Yeah.
Yes. You will recall that when you guys were up here moments earlier, that in the room that had the statue holding an orb and that you saw shadows take form, you found a hidden door that leads back up to the first floor of the house.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys make your way through the crypts and over into the alcove and up the stairs to where you find a trap door a few feet above your head that is currently closed to go into the next room. Who is leading? What's our marching order here?
Zips is
Jade-
behind Jade.
Jade can still lead if no one else will.
Just asking. It's pretty much a
Are
single
you
file staircase, and one person goes through at a time. So
She's feeling pretty tough.
Okay. Sounds
I'm
like
feeling a
marching.
little bruised.
Well, sounds like marching order is Jade, Zips. I will go in the middle of the group. And Kevin and Jake talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I'll bring up the rear.
all right.
Gross.
All right, I'll be in the middle-ish.
So we have Jade, Zips, Thrombin, Tharian, Kai. Excellent. As Jade goes for the trapdoor and grips the hinge and pushes it open, flings it up, you hear as the wooden door lands on the other side of the surface of the floor. And Jade, you see a glimmer of some light, though there's no actual light source up there currently. It is a lot better than what it is down in an unlit crypt. Do you go to the next floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Why not?
If that's where we need to go.
Alright. So Jade, as you open the door and you poke your head up and you make your way into the next room, which is the den of the first floor. As you look around, you see the stuffed animals, the wolves, the bear rug, a table, some comfortable chairs by a fireplace. And as soon as you set your feet on this floor, you hear a sound, a very rapid sound. As you look over to the window and you see it magically bricking up and sealing you in. You notice the walls around you begin rotting away and getting very weak looking and sort of decompose and almost melt to an extent, but they always keep shape. They don't actually crumble. The door that you look over and see, you notice is gone. There's a gap there, and in its place are scythes that are just moving left and right, trying to catch anything going through it. The fireplace suddenly turns itself on, and a thick black smoke begins to fill the room. I need everybody to roll initiative.
That's fun.
Where are we on the map? Just so
Right now, so Jade is leading. She's right here. So she's the first one here.
Alright.
Everyone else is currently
Boink.
beneath her.
Ooh.
But you can lay yourselves out on the side of the map, just so we know.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
I always forget how to do that.
My token's stuck in this room.
How do we do that? I always
Did
forget.
My initiative roll sucks.
When you go to
Cry name
the
one.
journal page and you click on your name and you can drag the token on the map. Click and drag.
Got it.
So it goes
Awesome.
Jade, Zips,
I got it. Okay. Oh wow. I might have had a little bit too much to drink.
Uh-oh.
I'm not even on the map. Hang on. Loop. Oh, I'm huge. Huge.
I got you.
Who's my character?
He's a big boy.
Initiative. Ooh, I've had too many black cherries. 11. Not terrible. I mean, that actually is terrible. I have a +4. That means I rolled a 7.
Alright, so we got our initiative orders. So we will begin at the top of the round with Jade. As you look up across this room, and the smoke quickly begins to fill the entire room as the window gets bricked up, and the walls become very brittle and begin to rot. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm good at those.
We've learned that.
Woo!
19.
19 as you get to the top.
17.
You didn't need to roll one.
Oh,
Jade.
I thought I
It's on
did.
Jade's
I
turn.
said- Oh. Damn. I was so pumped. about this.
As you get... Oh, wait, no. Thrombin's first.
Oh, you know, he probably does have a higher
Who
dex
has the higher
than me.
dex?
Mine's a +4.
Oh, yeah, he does. I'm a 1.
Alright. So, Thrombin, unless you will prefer Jade to go first.
No, I'll go in.
Okay. So you... I'll say you 5, 10, 15... Wow! 15...
And you said Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Is he able to get past all of us?
Whoops.
As long as no one stops him.
Sorry.
The friendly
I
target.
didn't mean to still have it at advantage. Either way, it sucked. 9.
9. You take...
Oh, you're typing. I don't like typing.
Ouch. 5 poison damage as you walk in and you breathe in this thick black smoke. And you immediately start coughing and trying to expunge it from your lungs. Alright.
Got it.
You used 15 feet of your movement to get to here. What would you like to do?
20, 25, 30?
Yep.
I think that's it for me.
You can use your action to dash if you choose.
But didn't you say there's like things on the door?
The door no longer exists. It's just a gap that is filled with scythes and blades that are just constantly moving, trying to catch whatever goes through it.
So what can I do to get through that? Is there... Is there any way to use athletics or acrobatics to get through this?
You can certainly try.
I have better dex, so we'll dash with acrobatics to try to get through and not get hit.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check. Or
I said acrobatics.
Sorry.
Woohoo!
21. Okay. Go ahead and give me dexterity saving throw at advantage. I will take it. Hopefully not literally. 20. So as you run up past Jade and through the smoke, you stop off at these blades, and for half a second you try to watch it, and then you dive through, trying to somersault your way through. And at the very last second, you feel the blade just start to pierce in through your boot and get like half an inch through, and you feel the metal on the bottom of your foot. You pull your foot away and you roll through it unscathed.
I'm guessing that would be the end of my turn, though.
Yes. Jade, so you fail. What was your
19
save?
for Constitution save.
19? You're able to hold your breath in time and stop from breathing in the poison.
How do you do the arrows?
Okay. I would like to, after seeing Thrombin go through just like that, I would like to follow his lead and do the same thing of just trying to, jump through the door without getting scathed at all, and yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna jump through the door?
Yes, please.
Dex save.
So with that, I'm gonna put this here just to make sure if I'm thinking correctly. With that, because it's something I can see, I believe I have advantage then? Because of danger sense as a barbarian?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. So let me
give me a
get
dex
back to
save
my
at
character
advantage.
sheet. Sweet.
As you look at it, you're like, that looks like something I've seen in one of the arenas.
Oh god!
But a 9 will fail as you jump through.
Bum,
Oh
bum.
boy. You take 7 slashing damage, but you do manage to squeak through the door.
Okay. So after doing that, her full 30 feet of movement will lead her into that room right there, through the 2 doors, being almost
That
out.
door, as you come out, you also see is a scythe-bladed filled doorway.
Ah, son of a. Okay, well then I guess I'll end my turn, because despite the extra 5 feet of movement I have, it's probably another action to try to go through it, right?
No, you can try to move through. It's just part of your movement.
Alright, I'm gonna try again.
Dexterity
Do
saving
it.
throw.
Alright,
At advantage for danger sense. Natural 20 as you jump through and you
Woo!
time it just right as you slip through in half of a second, and the blades never touch you as they begin to retract before they even
I
come
learned! Alright, now that's my turn.
I'm
back.
learning.
Alright, Zips.
Zips is going to go ahead and try his best. By the way, Dap, when you're holding down the left mouse button to measure, if you right click without letting go of the left mouse button, it'll drop a point, and then you can just measure off a new point.
Okay.
So Zips is going to 5 feet there, 20 feet there, 25 feet there, 30 feet there, and then he's gonna dash, use his action to dash, go 35 feet there, 45 feet there, 50 feet there, and 55 feet out of the house.
Okay, as you pop up into the first room, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
As Zips just gets on all fours and just tries to run out of the house. I can't go through the wall because reasons, but
You can certainly
Hey.
try.
Well, no, he's saying he can't move his token.
you said con save, right?
Yes. Con.
18! Let's go, Zips!
18 as you get down on all fours and you're actually just barely underneath the smoke as it starts to fill the room. And you scramble across the room, across to the other side where the door used to be. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
23!
Nice.
23 as you slip past the first one, you make your way into the next room, you turn on your heel and move towards the main foyer. Go ahead and give me another dexterity saving throw.
15?
15 as you jump through, you feel the blades just caress the side of your face as you jump through. As they are pulling away at the last second, you get all the way through, you get into the next foyer, you get to the next door on your way out. I need another dexterity saving throw.
25!
25 as you don't even think
Jesus
about it. At this point,
Christ.
you're running on pure adrenaline, trying to get out of this house, and you dive through and make your way onto the front patio on your stomach, just going.
So just for clarification, he didn't need to make a dex save for that very front door, right?
No, you did not.
Okay, just wanted to make
This
sure
door,
that was
that,
noticeable.
this door, and this one.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, Jade waves as you pass by.
Kai,
Bye.
Kai, you're up.
Yeah, running the hell out of here.
5, 10, 15, 20 feet gets you in the room.
Okay.
And I need a Constitution save.
Can I use my last roll? That was pretty good.
Nope.
Damn. Shot. Okay, Constitution saving throw.
12. You move in and you initially instinctively take a breath as you walk into the room, and you are greeted with a very unpleasant taste in your mouth. You immediately expunge it and try to use your monk training to hold your breath and keep the poison out of your lungs. You succeed. You may continue.
Sweet. Okay. So I only have 10 feet of movement left. So they use 20 to get
15,
in here.
20. Yes. But you do have your action. You can dash.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use my action to dash whoever's drawing the arrow all around, having fun.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15. So that would give you dashing will give you an extra 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. Get me
Alright,
the
so
fuck
you
out of here. So let's see.
Dash through there to the first door using 15 feet. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, I'm actually proficient in this, so Scott, let's do this. 20!
20 as you run through and you dive through the blades as they keep coming in and out, and you get through unscathed. That's 20 feet of
Bombing and
movement.
weaving.
You have 20 left.
Alright, so 20 be roughly like right here. God damn. So outside, we're pretty much getting to the stairs or the balcony up there, right?
You're on the first floor. There's no balcony.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's where we're trying to get out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna use the remaining of my movement to pretty much bolt as much as I can for the door.
Alright, so 5, 10 feet gets to try and get on the other side of the next door. You need another dexterity saving throw.
Alright. Big money. 16.
16 as you reach, dive yourself through and try to somersault through. A couple of the blades catch your gi and begin tearing at it, but you're able to make yourself small enough that you squeak on through without getting actually any damage.
Just gi.
Whoops.
Okay. Not right there. Okay. And whatever movement I have left, just trying to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you have 10 feet left, which will get you
Okay,
to
so I'm gonna
the
move.
next door.
Yeah, let's get to the door. Look at like right there.
Tharian.
I guess I'll enter the room.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. 15, yeah. You were able to shrug off the poison and help prevent it from entering you.
Okay. How much movement was that?
15.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna test the strength of this wall.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Oh, 7.
7 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
12.
12 as you pull out your sword and you make a strike against this wall and you connect, and the wall immediately crumbles from the rot and decay that is currently experiencing. And as it begins to crumble, you notice it begins to take shape. As the entirety of the wall ceases to be a rotted piece of wood and actually breaks up into smaller bits into a swarm of rats.
Oh, hi.
Oof.
Oof. Out of my way, Bourbon.
And I will go ahead and... yeah. They will... immediately occupy the space you're in and make their attacks at you. 20.
That'll hit.
You take 4 piercing damage as the wall collapses into a swarm of rats, and they immediately start scurrying up your legs and start biting at your heels.
Duke. That's all I got. I don't got any bonus fun.
Okay. Let me roll a d20 real quick. 15. All right. As the rats enter the initiative order. 15.
Oh dear.
Jade,
Yeah.
you're up.
Oh. I'm gonna keep going. Let's see. That should be. Yep. My regular movement is enough
All right,
to get out the door.
as you dig your heels in and begin to make a dead sprint for the final door, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw at advantage for danger sense.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I'd ever get to use that or not. That is a 20.
20 as you dive on through. The blades are retracting at that moment, and you get through into the porch of the house.
Awesome. And yep.
As everyone that remains in the house can feel almost like a shuddering and a movement to the house as it seems to be fluctuating and moving back and forth, and you hear this deep moan ring out through the halls as two people have made their way out.
With my, let's see, it looks like it took 20 feet to get out, so I'm going to use my last 10 feet of movement to just confirm that I am standing 10 feet from the house when I am finished.
Okay. 10 feet from the house.
Yep,
On the
that's where I'm
front
standing
yard.
and waiting.
Thrumbin, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Damn it! I don't like that.
As you are in the main hall of the first floor next to the stairs that lead up, there is a fireplace in here that is filling the room with smoke.
Gotcha.
And a 19
So-
is enough for you to hold your breath longer to maintain your ability to fend off this poison.
Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and double dash our way out there.
Alright, give me give me a Constitution saving throw for the first one.
Con or Dex?
I was about to say, why con?
Dex, sorry. 21, and you dive through the first door unscathed, and you move on to the second one past Kai. Go ahead and make your second Dex save. Wait,
Ow.
those are just regular Dex checks. I need Dex saving throws.
I mean, that's... What's the difference?
Is it the
Where's
same
that at?
Is it the same roll? There's a
I
little
think
box that says saving throws up near the top left.
It's above skills.
The only difference is if you have proficiency in one or not. Do you have
Yep.
proficiency with dex saves?
No, I'm not with Dex or con.
Okay.
Then the roll would be the same.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm proficient with Charisma and Wisdom.
As you dive through
You
the
can
final door, you run past Kai, and your foot actually gets caught a little bit on a board that is sticking up, almost as if it moved there intentionally to try and trip you. And you stumble into the blades, taking 12 slashing damage,
Ouch.
but you stumble out onto the front porch.
I am out. And I just kind of keep going and then flop down on the ground. Ow.
That brings us to the swarm of rats currently occupying the same space as Tharian.
Altharian.
And their character sheet needs to render. And they will make their attacks to try and consume his flesh.
Ew.
With a 21. Holy hell.
What is this? Dishonored?
You know? And I
21 will hit.
yes. So that you will take 11 piercing damage as they continue to
Ooh,
bite away at you as they're now inside of your armor.
The
That's not
fucking
good.
rats.
Oh my
I
god.
think we found our death.
That
I
will
hope
end-
not, but I think we did.
That will end their turn. Zips, you remain outside, I'm assuming.
I have an important action to do.
Uh-huh.
I go to Jade and I climb up to her shoulders and I hug her head and I'm just like, I'm glad you're here. You're a good friend until so hopefully I find Sticks someday, but you're better than Sticks.
Oh,
You can
Aww.
My heart.
oh my
spend my
god.
whole
If
turn
one, of,
doing that.
if one of them dies at this rate, I'm just gonna sob. Aw.
Through the power of friendship, we will strike down Strahd von Zorvik.
What
Kai.
if that's how he gets killed?
Kai, you're up.
Running at it.
So
Running
dramatic.
outta
I
here.
would love it. Mwah.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Yes. Big money. 12.
12 as you dive on
No, I'm not gonna waste that. Never mind.
as you dive
Never
on
mind.
through and the blades begin to eat you up. You take 6 slashing damage. As you get slashed across the arms and the face, and you stumble on out of the house. Tharian.
Trying to disengage the rat swarm
Alright.
and leave the house through the hole in the wall. I can't move through walls.
Yeah, you can walk
do
through it.
burp.
The wall no
Burst
longer
out like a
exists.
fucking
It's been
Kool-Aid
destroyed.
man.
Oh, the map says no.
Oh, well.
I can just move myself around like this. Or I can't get through that door apparently.
Did you... Whoa. I just put you on the porch.
Oh, thank you.
As you step away from the rats and onto the porch and make your way onto the front yard, the 5 of you find yourselves on the front lawn, gasping for air, beaten and bloodied, and you look back at the house as you see it sort of wobble back and forth ever so slightly and shake and shimmer as if the foundation itself is beginning to crumble and a strong wind is pushing it. And eventually you see from starting at the rooftop begin to cave in as everything begins to brittle away, and the support structure actually falls and everything caves in and crumbles to the ground and completely envelops the area in dust as it gets kicked up. And as you look out there over the house that once stood, you swear in the dust clouds you see 2 small forms, one taller than the other, standing side by side with their hands up, waving.
Goodbye, Rose. Dawn. Thorn. Not Throm. Thorn.
Not Thorn.
Throm is my friend.
Thorn.
Hmm.
Goodbye, Rose. Thorn.
And insert Final Fantasy level up music here.
Yay!
Mm.
So, as you guys take a moment,
Jesus.
to gather yourselves, go ahead and take 5-10 minutes to level up to level 3.
Mother of God.
You're listening to the Adventure Check podcast, and now we return to Barovia. Alright, so as the 5 of you watch this house crumble from the very foundation and basically cease to exist, only seeing the pile of rubble and the insides buried beneath the shambling structure that once stood in front of you. What would you like to do?
Troy.
Well, we came here with a convoy, right? We should probably check on them, considering we just left them to investigate a haunted house. I need to find more arrows though. So how about we do that too? I only have 8 left.
I wonder if they left without us. We spent a whole night in that house. At the very least. Brian's face!
So for your guys' reference, looking at the map, you guys came in from the east side of the village out in this direction. And you got into the first main intersection is where you guys split with the caravan, and they continued heading down west down that main road, and you guys are currently up here, a little bit north of where you initially came in. So what would we like to do?
I say we go back to where we left the convoy. We remember where we did that, right?
That's fine. Maybe for some reason they're still there.
Okay. You guys head back to that intersection that you split off from initially. And as you're walking down the streets, you notice that the town still seems pretty quiet and somber. Gray clouds covering the sky. No sight of sunlight. Though the fog has seemed to have receded for the most part. It doesn't seem to be enveloping the town like it was while you guys were in the house. But the streets seem pretty quiet. You get back to the intersection and you look in the direction. You see the tracks from the barrel-covered wagon that you came in on, heading more westward into town on that road. But you don't see any caravan once you get back there initially.
Oh, the caravan left?
You guys long rested in that house. They left.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
surprised.
you're right.
That's what Jay just said.
I know Jay just said that, but I didn't realize. I forgot we long rested in there.
Yeah. They're gone.
Damn, they were supposed to escort us. Well, fuck.
You recall that when you initially left them, the leader of the caravan said that they were going to stop off for some supplies before heading off further.
Well, I still need more arrows. I only have 8 left, and that's not gonna last very long. 1 or 2 fights, more or less. So I don't know if there's any shops in here. They were picking up supplies here, so maybe you can find some for me.
I mean, as long as you recover your arrows, it could last more than that.
You know, Thrombin, I don't like the tone you're taking with me. You're not wrong, though.
Jade is going to, during this conversation, look around and see if there's anything that looks like an inn.
From where you're standing?
Yeah, she's just standing right there, and she's just turning her head to get the lay of the land.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh my gosh. This character cannot do that.
Because as you guys are on this map, each square is 40 feet. This isn't exactly a small village.
That is a 6!
A 6. You're not familiar with this region's architecture. You're not familiar with the layout of towns. You're more familiar with arenas and how to fight, and this does not look like one of those.
I know how to find a good fight. Well, she'll just kind of shrug and just listen to the rest of the conversation. The fact that Zips does not like Throm's tone.
So I guess we don't gotta find our arrow shop. Honestly, I don't think I even have money to buy new arrows right now, so...
I mean, I do.
I have 1 silver piece.
That would buy you some arrows. They're not exactly expensive.
You know, I grew up in the wild with goblins. I don't know what what buys me what. I just know I have a silver piece, so
That's fine. I'm just letting you know.
okay. I will follow Jade because I like Jade.
Understandable.
So, whatever we do, I'll follow Jade, but I do need more arrows someday.
Zipson's Jade sitting in a tree.
Kai, I will fucking kill you.
Wow.
Sorry. I grew up in a goblin village, and, you know, sometimes those pre-programmed responses come up. I won't hurt you,
Like-
Kai.
Oh my god, that was
Damn.
great.
It's like, damn, dude. It's like, I don't want to play with this guy anymore. I'm scared.
So we.
I mean,
Okay.
honestly, besides the arrows, I was here looking for my friend Styx, and I haven't found them yet. They're probably not in this town, I imagine. They're probably deeper in whatever land we're in. Which direction did we come into town from?
East. You came in from this direction.
So, if we go west, I might have a better chance of finding my friend.
Yeah, so let's rest.
Okay.
It may not be so bad.
Alright, you guys.
Better than nothing.
You walk into the tavern. It's calm and quiet. You see several brightly dressed individuals off in one corner far away from the main door. You see another individual sitting by himself sipping on wine, and you see a barkeep behind the bar with a pile of glasses and mugs on his right as he's cleaning one of them.
So Jade is gonna walk right up, and she, without skipping a beat, is just going to walk up to him and say, I am here to provide my services and entertainment for free lodging.
He looks up at you. He's a pudgy man with most of his hair either shaven off or is receded. He looks up at you with like sunken eyes, and he's cleaning the glass. 1 silver piece for browsing.
I got that. I slap a silver piece down, but last my money.
He looks down at the silver piece, takes the glass that he was cleaning, puts it to his left, grabs another one, starts cleaning it. Thank you, sir.
Wait, why are you paying? I think I can, I'm
Puts the next glass down, picks up another one.
I have
It's
1
cleaning.
silver. He said 1 silver, so it equaled.
But I am used to staying for free. Usually oh, perhaps this is different. So,
It's new for me too, Jade. Don't
Perhaps
worry.
this is different.
Usually I sleep under a tree with no one around except
So,
Styx.
so being a gladiator, granted, of course, I assume this is different, but to clarify on her confusion, I'm going to share the description for by popular demand from her background.
It's the same as the bard class feature, isn't it?
No, it's specifically being part of a gladiator. I don't know if
Okay.
Bard has something similar or not. But so I would say in the past she's used to basically having her and or her handler show up in an area and kind of announce themselves. And basically do either some sort of entertainment of fighting or other to get free lodging. So I'm totally cool if this doesn't apply at all. I just wanted her to waltz up and be like, I'm here to do the thing, and then be confused later on.
Yeah,
I'm here to do the thing.
Puts down like a third glass that he's cleaned, takes his hand and places it on the silver piece, slides it off the table, puts it in his pocket, grabs another glass, starts cleaning it. 1 silver piece per room.
Alright, we'll just slam a gold piece down. Okay, I need a room.
Thank you. Takes it, pockets it, takes a glass, starts cleaning it.
Do they not do fighting here? Oh. Okay.
Does he give me change?
Jade. You did your fighting and you won.
Oh.
Puts
In the
glass
house.
Grabs another
So-
glass, continues cleaning.
Does he give me change for the gold?
He's not giving you anything.
So I won, but now I pay?
No. You won. I pay for you. We share room.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I pat her on her head.
They give me change for that gold?
My mistake. Places 1 copper on the table. Room's up there. Grabs another glass. Keeps cleaning.
That's not the change for a gold piece.
Puts a glass down. Grabs another. He just, at this whole time, he just gives you guys the blankest of stares with his sunken eyes.
Whatever. He's too damaged to care. We'll just take that guy.
Will the rest of you be staying?
Yes.
Silver
Sure.
piece for each room, please.
I'll pay. Kai, you can share the room with me.
Oh, you're the best.
He takes it. Rooms are upstairs
find a
to the
corner of the room.
left. Enjoy your stay.
Think
I'm loving this voice.
At this point, the pile of glasses that he had on his right have been completely cleaned, and he puts the last one on the left. And before you guys leave, you see him put one down on his left, move to the one immediately next to it, grab it, and start cleaning it.
Oh my god.
The already clean glass, he's cleaning again.
Yep, takes it, puts it on the right side, grabs some of the pile on the left, starts cleaning it.
Oh my god.
Rooms are upstairs and to the left. Enjoy your stay.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go transfer 4 hours.
I'm actually, since I have my room reserved, I'm gonna go over the mercantile before sleeping.
Okay.
Do you need arrows first?
I do. I
Already
have
on
those
it.
left.
I
No
yell
more.
back.
Is Thrombir buying me arrows?
I am.
Thrombir, you're my
It's a
third best
good
friend
pair.
after Jade and Styx.
Picking order!
Oh,
Backing order.
Just because you don't let me ride on your shoulders, Thrombir, let me do that, then you and Jade are tied.
What?
nah, I wouldn't
Oh,
take that
Lord.
from Jade.
You immediately see Jade go, wait, what?
It's okay, Jade. Don't worry about it. I pat her head.
Anybody else going over with him?
I trust Thrombir
Uh,
implicitly after going in combat with him. Also, I don't want to leave Jade.
I mean, Jade is just gonna go with you because you're still on her shoulder, so
No,
she'll.
I'm going with Jade because I'm on her shoulder.
Oh, okay.
They're just gonna go. in
Jade controls
circles
where we
'cause
go.
They're trying to follow each other, so they're just spinning in a circle.
Circles.
Oh god, we found perpetual energy, guys. Perpetual motion device.
This ain't so hard. Why are scientists bitching?
Oh my god. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Don't need a vacuum for that. You just
Just need a cat with a slice of bread, butter side up, on its back, and instant perpetual motion.
Alright, so you walk out the tavern and run across the street to the mercantile, and you go inside. It's a small front room. Shelves have various goods stacked around a couple of tables, and there's a counter where you see a man standing behind there who is wearing some dark common clothes and some short white hair, and he looks at you as you walk in, and he greets you. Well, good evening, traveler. What brings you in?
Simply restocking before moving along our way.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place. This is Bildreth's Mercantile. So tell me, what supplies do you need?
A couple of quivers of arrows, at least 1 pack of bolts.
Well,
I think that's all in the immediate need.
Well, I have plenty of that. Let's check my inventory. Let's see. Yes. 1 quiver of 20 arrows is roughly a gold piece. And if you're looking for the crossbow bolts, it is about the same price for the same amount.
Sounds like that guy from Jumanji, the newer ones, the guy.
I haven't seen the new ones.
Oh, they're fine. The first one's good. I haven't seen the second. He's like,
Oh yeah,
hello,
I like the new
adventurers.
Jumanjis.
He's like, hello, adventure. And then you ask him a door. He's like, hello, adventure.
Let's go with 2 of the quivers of arrows and 1 of the crossbow bolts. 3 gold, correct?
That'll be 3 gold, correct.
Puts it down.
He takes the gold, puts it in a pouch, and slides over the quivers and the bolts to you. And he tilts his head and, like, narrows his eyes and looks at you a bit. Say, you're not from around here, are you?
Exactly.
Did you come in with the Vistani?
The what?
The Vistani.
Sorry, this is out of character. I'm not hearing what you.
Did you
I actually did not hear what you said.
Did you come in with the Vistani?
Is that the caravan group?
Yeah, I came in here the other day with a caravan, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Ah, well then this must be for you. They left a message. They were here the other day, looking for supplies, and came in some hours afterwards saying that they had to take off, but they were expecting friends. Left you a message. I assume this is for you. They said to meet them at their encampment up near the Sayre Falls. It's a little bit west of here.
Appreciate that.
You're quite welcome. Now, if there's anything else you need here, you can always stop by here in the village of Barovia.
I believe we may stop by before we leave in the morning, but I think for the moment this is all I need.
Excellent. Well, enjoy your visit for as long as you can.
Why not? Walk away with an obviously still dripping wound from the scythe blades.
It's like, we're okay, guys. We're all fine.
Making blood drip noises as you walk out. Just.
It sounds like Squidward walk. It sounds like Squidward walking. Wah, 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 wah.
As you're walking out, you're dripping blood across the floors, and as you get out into the main thoroughfare, you hear a voice come back and say, "Perwimble, get in here and clean this up." Yes.
Who?
Perwimble.
Perwimble.
I stick my head back in. Sorry.
You see a very large individual with shaven head and large muscles come in with a mop that seems ridiculously sized in his hand. It just looks like a toothpick, and he's just scrubbing back and forth. Don't worry about it. I'll go.
Appreciate you, sir.
I
It's all
appreciate
good,
you.
mate.
Thank you for your patronage.
You're welcome. Just leave and go back across the way. Someone
Like,
fed that man his Wheaties.
That's a word for it.
Alright.
Left the ginkgo biloba out though.
Alright. So you make your way out with your groceries, if you will, back over to the tavern. Head upstairs to your guys' rooms. Everyone's pretty much like right next to each other. There's not too many rooms available. It seems you guys snagged the ones that were.
I poke my head in and give Zips the 2 quivers, the 40 arrows.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome. You're enough of a crack shot with that. I'm fine with the expense. Just don't forget to recover these ones.
I give him 2 thumbs up from Jade's shoulders.
I like to. If this was a comedy, I would imagine him shooting one out the window as he says that and be like, "You got it!" Shit!
Shit!
Alright. So you guys turn in for the night, essentially?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess so, yeah.
Go ahead and take your long rest. You guys sleep as best you can in this strange town. Let's see. Jade and Zips, you two are sharing a room.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Ooh boy.
Oh no.
There are 2 reactions to that, and we nailed both of them. 15!
Natural 20 and a 15.
Whoa! I thought that was Zips with the natural 20 at first. I was like,
Well,
oh,
that's you,
typical.
Jade. Accept your accomplishments.
That's true. I mean, I'd like to think she's pretty aware.
We have the same modifier, too. Look at that. +2.
Fun.
You two are sleeping soundly until a change in lighting that hits your eyelids brings you awake. It doesn't jolt you awake. It's nothing alarming. It's more or less a brighter light that just... What? And you stumble over to the window that's facing north, so facing out this direction. And you look out and you see an eerie green light that suffuses out in this direction. Like on the other side of town, you see this like almost not aurora borealis, but there you see like a green glow coming from that side of town. And you see in the distance forms that seem to be walking and glowing, moving from the plains north of town that move deeper into the woods and moving out into one direction. And after a time, it seems to be happening around midnight or something to that effect based on the darkness outside. And after some time of watching this, the light fades and everything returns back to what it was.
Did we both notice that?
You both woke up, and if you went to the window, that's what you saw.
Wow, that was weird.
Yes. But
I say we just go back to sleep.
sorry, totally just hit my mic with my hand. Right. Yeah, after she says right, she'll watch for another few seconds before going back to sleep.
And like a small dog, Zips would just curl up into a little goblin ball at the end of the bed.
You're the cat goblin.
Even though there are 2 beds in the room.
The 2 beds in the room, one's not getting used.
He stretches across and somehow occupies 3/4 of the bed. It's 3 foot nothing.
She's 6 feet, so she like just barely fits in the bed to begin with.
Love
That's a
it.
comedic sight. Alright.
Right? What did I make her? 6'3" is what she is.
You're twice my height.
Yep, she's double your height.
But after that, you guys are returned to sleep. Everyone wakes up the next morning.
Full rest. That means I'll get all my hit
Rested.
points and all my spell slots.
Alright, finally.
Rested and ready to tackle the day.
Would Tharian install on it? Because he only does the trancing for 4 hours.
He was not in a room with a window.
Okay.
Pretty lights.
So, the next morning, what is the party's intentions?
I would like to go to the mercantile.
Okay. So you walk across the thoroughfare at the early morning as everything is opening, and you walk inside, and you see a white-haired man standing behind a counter who greets you as you walk in. Oh, good morning. What can I do for you?
Desert Jake, I don't want to go, dude.
Let's see. Just hanging with Jade. Okay. I like to sell these 3. I have 3 moss agates. I'll put those out, and an ivory hairbrush with silver bristles. I'd like to sell these and see what maybe potions you might have in store.
Well, let me just appraise these in a moment, but
Okay.
you're looking for potions. Well, let me take a look in my inventory. Well, I'm sorry, I am fresh out of potions.
Oh,
Terribly sorry about that. Periwimble, can you appraise these for me? You see a large specimen of a man come out, grab the items that you put on the counter that almost disappear in his palm, and he walks into the back for a few moments. He won't be just a moment.
fine.
Are potions all you're interested in?
Well, do you have any healer's kit or maybe some medicine or bandages?
I got some cloths I can part with. Medicine kits? Doesn't appear to be. Yeah, no medicine kits. But I can sell you a pile of cloths for 2 silver.
Let's take the cloth. What about rope? What type of rope do you have?
Rope. Let's see here. I have hempen rope and silk rope.
I'll take 1 spool of hempen rope, assuming spool is 50 feet.
Yes.
What about rations?
Don't have any rations on hand. It's not really my area of selling. There's a mess kit that I have laying in the back. You can try and make your own rations.
I think I'm interested. I'll take. What about grappling hook.
Grappling hook. That's a bit of a unique item. Let me see here. As he goes through his ledger. Now it seems like the last grappling hook I had, I sold a few years back. Fresh out, I'm sorry.
Okay. What about some lantern oil and torches and fire starting?
What in the fuck are we concocting?
So you wanted a lantern, any
No, I want some lantern oil, not a lantern, just oil.
Well, I have a flask of oil for silver.
Okay, I'll take that. What about torches?
Heck, you need torches for?
Got 3 torches left in stock.
I'll take
I'm
all
not sure I
three.
want the answer to that question.
You could always use torches.
But I can perpetually give light.
That will be 1 silver for
You
the
know,
torches. And
I'm not there, so it's
1
fine.
gold for the rope.
Okay, so I'll
I
take
recall Lindsay saving our lives with torches in our Middle Earth campaign.
do cloth, torches, rope, and all that. Yeah, and all that. Yeah, so I'll take all of that stuff.
Periwimble, what's the verdict? So he comes back in, places the items back on the counter. Can take them for 10 gold. Well, there you have it, 10 gold.
But just deduct what I owe out of that, and then don't assume you have any armaments.
What armaments are you looking for? Consider this a general store. I have all sorts of things.
It's too much. That would be. Oh, then let's
I've
see.
got this rapier here. Something good enough to slice and poke at things.
What about scale mail? Perhaps maybe a. I think I'm gonna stick with my trusty longsword here.
I have no idea how trusty that was.
No scale mail, I'm sorry.
Alright, well then I'll just take the other items and my change.
Alright. And he tallies it all up and slides what you're owed. It is a pleasure doing business with you. Now do be careful out there beyond these walls. I've heard in the last day or so there's some creature in the forest between here and Sayers Falls, but do what you want.
A creature, you say?
Yes.
I'll slide him another couple gold pieces. Tell me more.
He takes the gold pieces and puts them in his pouch, ties it up, puts it in his back pocket. That's about all I know. Some creature, people coming in saying they've seen eyes staring back at them from the forest. Not like the ghouls or the wolves that usually patrol out there. Something new, something they're not familiar with. That's about all I have.
You said it's north?
It's between here and Sayre.
Yeah,
It's about northwest.
Northwest. Alright. Alright, well I bid you good day, merchant.
Yes, to you as well. Appreciate your patronage.
Alright, how much was that change? I already took the 2 out. Gold I had.
Wasn't doing math.
You can ballpark the map. Assume maybe like
It's like 6 gold.
6 or
something.
yeah, I was gonna say 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll add that back. Cool. And I'll add all those items.
Alright. As you head out and back over to the tavern, meeting the rest of your party in the main hall, you see the same man sipping wine, a couple of the colorful fellows in the back, and the same guy behind the bar cleaning glasses.
Now that we're actually gathered back up, I share the message with the entire group.
And Tharian's going to disclose about the creature between here and Sayre in the northwest.
Okay, so everybody is brought up to speed that a message from the caravan was left for you to meet them at their encampment near Saris Falls, northwest from here, and that apparently there is a creature in the forest between here and Sayre that has been harassing people in the last day or two.
Wow.
That people say has eyes staring back at them. Is that right?
There was reports that they saw eyes staring back, and they've heard sounds and movement, but these haven't been like in what's the word? They haven't been consistent with what is normally around here, but no one's seen anything other than the eyes and the sounds.
What is your friend like again? Sticks?
Oh, Styx is about as big as and he points to I can't remember everyone's names. He points to Thrombin. He's like, Styx is about as big as Thrombin, has many legs, a thick carapace, missing a couple of eyes.
Is
Couple
I used to ride
of
on
eyes?
Styx's shoulders. What'd you say?
A couple of eyes? How many does he have?
He has like 8 or 10. I lost count.
Enough.
Is he like us or a beast of some sort?
Oh, he's a beast for sure. Yeah, he's a beast.
Oh,
I have to use a special ritual to talk to him, but he has very, very interesting thoughts.
can you talk to him now to find him?
No, he's too far away. I have to be like, I have to. It's this ritual that allows me to talk to him as if I was talking to you now. I can't talk to you far away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think this creature may be him?
Could be.
We can look.
Yeah, I'm here to find Styx. That's my number one goal. And, a strange creature with eyes, that could be any creature, but that could also be Styx.
It may be worth a look.
I agree. I mean, we're going that direction anyway.
Yeah.
At first I was like, no, let's avoid this creature. It could be dangerous. But then as soon as he said it could be Styx, like, yeah, let's go.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. Well, this is as good as any other direction. Keep an eye out as we venture forth.
Did they say if there is a reward for overcoming this creature?
Then no mention anything of the reward, but it's not terrorizing people yet. But it is to the northwest, so maybe we should first link up with our caravan first.
Perhaps.
I'm ready to go. Let's just go. We rested up. We did our shopping. What else do we have to do here in town?
So I'm down.
Alright, so we're...
Onward, Jade.
Okay. She just gets up and
Okay.
Alright, so you guys gather your things and head out back into the main thoroughfare of the village and head a little bit further west to the village's end, and you catch a dirt path road heading southwest out of the town. And as you can see from where you are, and way out in the distance, you see looks to be a river and a bridge and a woodland forest. So assuming you guys follow the road, unless anybody has any other ideas.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out for this creature, whatever it is.
Okay.
I'm kind of heading away from it, though.
No, we would be heading towards it, because it's between here and our destination.
I thought it, yeah. Is
Oh.
it not on the way?
It was northwest. If we're heading southwest, we're heading away.
There's only one road out.
Oh. So I guess we are heading towards it.
Are we closer to your friend? Can we?
I can't tell until I see.
Is there a way to track it?
I mean, you could track like any beast. Zips thinks to himself in the form of Zips looking up the specifics of something. That's
Sometimes
expensive.
in the arena, if I don't know what I am fighting yet, I can check past footmarks in the ground to figure out what I may be fighting next, or to locate where something or someone is hiding in the arena. So
I could try that. I have some skill in that. And I guess I'll crawl down from Jade, and I'll just do a check to see if I can tell what creatures are in the area.
Sure, give me a survival check.
Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. 21.
He is his own bloodhound.
Just sniffing the earth. 21. You pick up on tracks the further from the town you get, and the closer the forest becomes. Mostly it seems to be wolf-like, if not bigger. You don't seem to pick up on any tracks that you're familiar with being sticks.
I'm gonna immediately crawl up back on Jade's shoulders and be like, "Not sticks, not sticks, no six tracks."
Oh, do you know what it may be?
Seems like wolf could eat me in one bite. Don't trust it.
I won't let it eat you.
At this point, you guys
Nom, nom, nom.
cross the main bridge over the river that is spanning probably about 50 feet wide. As you look down, the river is running pretty much a clear blue, as the sky would be if there were no clouds in it. And the hours pass as you follow the road a little bit further south, and then it wraps back around, heading more in a northwesternly direction. It's still cool out. The sky never really opens up from its hazy overcast. You hear the movement in the forest of twigs snapping every now and again, and mist and fog enveloping the wood line. But after a while, you guys move a bit, and it's starting to get darker out now. You see
two individuals coming your direction that sort of stumbling a bit. From the distance you see that one of them's, their sleeves is like torn off, one of them's gripping, and they're just sort of like have this look on their face of utter fear and panic. And they're just walking towards you, but don't even seem to be paying attention to you. And they walk next to you,
They're panicked?
and then past you,
Oh.
and they keep walking,
Hello.
and they're gone.
Great job, everybody.
They're going. Going. Gone.
Alright, they're gone.
Zips was nervous. Zips wasn't gonna talk to
I
anybody.
said hello to them as they went past.
Okay.
Did they not stop at all with that?
No, they not with just a simple greeting. No, they didn't.
Are they running? That is Jade speaking. Sorry, I failed to get into her voice.
You guys keep
Let's go
Uh,
check on them. Did they look injured? Like, as they got closer, like actually injured?
Based on the brief moment you could look at them, you didn't see any blood or wounds.
Me, sir.
Huh? Huh? What?
What are you running from? Running being a relative term.
Monster.
What
out
monster?
there. The eyes. Oh god. The eyes. Can't. I have to get back to town. Let's get back.
What town are you headed to?
Barovia, just north.
Hey, we just came from there. What's there that's not where you just came from? Just this monster?
Wait, what? What was the question?
Said what? Said what's in Barovia that's not where you just came from? This monster?
Yes.
Are you from Barovia?
Yes. Must get back.
No, maybe so.
Yes.
Oh.
You have to forgive him. That they look a little shaken up. Might take him a second to recall information.
Are you injured?
Jade will be standing and keeping an eye out for anything else coming their direction as they speak.
At that point, he just sort of like grips Thrombin by the shoulders and just looks at him in the eyes. Be careful. 6 eyes.
Plan to be.
You see 6 eyes, you run. And he lets go of you and he just stumbles off to the side and starts walking back down the path.
Are you injured?
No. Walks away.
6 eyes. Styx has 8. Not Styx.
Had 8.
Wait, is Styx a spider?
Oh yeah, Styx bites things a lot. But I usually feed Styx, so Styx doesn't bite things.
Is he a spider?
What's a spider?
Has 8 legs. Shoots webs.
Something that is about to be dead.
Oh yeah, that's Styx for sure. Yeah,
So
Styx
Styx
down
is-
to a T.
Styx is a spider. Where you
Yeah,
like it
spider the
from.
size of Thrombin.
Oh god!
Styx is the giant spider.
No!
I really hope that if this 6-eyed creature is your friend, you can calm it, because I will put it down otherwise.
A whole lot of nope.
Styx and I go way back. I can calm Sticks down if it sticks.
Well, wait, but he said he saw the tracks earlier and they were wolf-like, so not Sticks.
That was a while ago. Like hours have passed since that.
Oh. Oh,
Let's
jeez.
just continue on, and if this thing attacks, we'll deal with it.
Alright. Well,
Out of character, Matt. I'm sorry if we kill Sticks.
Yeah, if that happens, that would happen. That's what happened.
I'm not that worried about it.
Alright, you guys press on.
yeah.
Sounds like the best next choice.
Alright, you guys head on like a mile or two further. And night's coming soon. It's probably about dusk. You start hearing rustling to the north in the woods. You hear quick movements of like skittering and then stopping, and you ever so faintly you hear
Not big in it.
Oops. I didn't mean to put that in chat, but there we go.
You're just prepping.
So we hear skittering.
it's skittering and like clacking and like chattering.
Yeah, I'm gonna ritual cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. So you take a moment, you go ahead and cast your ability to speak with animals.
Maybe not ritual cast. I'll use a spell slot for it, so it only takes 10. Oh no, wait. Never mind. It takes 1 action. I thought I got casting time and duration confused, so I'll ritual cast it.
Okay. So you go ahead and cast your abilities. You guys move about, and in a couple of moments more, the sound ceases.
I have some torches if we want to light and make a little bit better illumination.
Sticks? You out there? Is this you? I've been looking for you, buddy.
Can I light a tree?
Oh my god.
I don't hear any noises Brian's making if he's...
I'm not making anything. I'm reading something.
Oh. So no on the torches then, party.
Not at the
See?
moment.
Save fire for when we need actual fire. If we just need light, I can address it.
Alright.
Where are you?
Follow my voice.
I'm scared.
Follow my voice. I'm on the road.
Okay, so
Someone light some. Make some light, somebody.
I make my shield a beacon.
Ooh. I'll say I can use my attunement of the elements and make like a fire, make like a little like spark.
Come to the light.
Yeah, from your hand.
As the
Yeah.
area illuminates with Thrumbin's shield and Kai's fire, you cast light pretty much all around you, and there's still some darkness within the forest tree line, but you see reflecting back 6 dots.
Yeah.
You said Styx had 8 eyes.
He's missing a few. You know, could be him.
And after the dots sort of like
This
fixate.
will be. This will tell us for sure. And I'm gonna rustle through my pack. I'm gonna pull out a webbed rat, and I'm gonna give it to Jade. I'm gonna be like, Jade, if it sticks, Styx will appreciate the treat. Yeah.
What?
Just give it to Styx. You know it.
Is he a fucking dog?
Okay, I'm used to fighting beasts, not. Do I just hold this?
Yeah, just hold it out, and Styx will
Go get him
Styx will eat it.
So
And
Jane
Styx-
is just
out of-
gonna awkwardly hold this rat in both of her hands, and she's literally just gonna stand there and just wait.
This is when our barbarian loses their fist. Because
So
they get eaten.
I was gonna say, out of character, just give it a kiss while you're at it too.
You guys all watch these dots, and as Jade takes the webbed rat, you see a long blackish brown limb reach out from the tree line into the light, illuminating the hair follicles that runs up this limb, and it pushes forward, and then another one comes out, though this one shorter, seems to be about half the length. It doesn't actually touch the ground, but it grips around one of the trees and pushes itself forward, and in like almost like a cat being liquid, comes out in one fluid motion, and you see a six-eyed spider with big fangs and a blackish brown wolf spider body that just comes out, missing a leg on one side, and it comes up slowly towards Jade.
Well, I just got chills. Not in a good way.
And it sort of lurks down, bringing its legs up, and it gets real close to the ground, basically putting its face right at your hand, and its fangs that are clapping together opens up slowly, and you see the little teeth inside, and you see the ichor and the venom pouring out.
During all of this, you can see Jade just trying to stand still as stone and just take in her Earth Genasi form to do so, because otherwise you see her literally like almost twitching to just immediately get into a fight.
Sticks. I mean, Zips is gonna climb down off of Jade and go up to Sticks. What Sticks has grabbed the rat, and just like scratch under the mandibles and be like, "Oh yes, I finally found you. Don't run away next time, okay?"
It grabs the rat and starts eating away at it, and as it's getting scratched under what would be the chin, its limb that has part of it missing is like kicking almost, so it's like kicking the air, and its back end, its stinger actually comes out and actually like hits the ground a couple of times in excitement.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
This would
what's
be
happening
adorable if it
anymore.
wasn't terrifying.
And I'm just gonna say, Sticks, these are my new friends, especially Jade. Jade is a member of the family. Don't hurt Jade at all. Protect Jade.
Jade is going to slowly kneel down, and then in front of Styx, and then slowly just put her head on Styx. And then after a solid second, she's gonna slowly lift the hand again, and then slowly put it down for another awkward pat.
It stands up at its full height and slowly like walks past you, but making sure it rubs up against you, and you hear it, the feet just skittering around, and it turns around and comes back and does the same thing, going back like it's a cat marking you.
Oh my god.
And once Zips thinks Styx is comfortable, Zips will climb on Styx' backs and just give Styx a big hug. Be like, "I missed you."
You all notice that as he climbs up onto Styx, there seems to be like some cloth or blanket that's sort of tied around the top of Styx, and on one side is actually a piece of leather that goes all the way around, and on one side is a quiver filled with arrows.
Oh, sweet God in heaven, what? Is it a saddle?
It's a saddle.
I literally made a spider riding goblin archer.
Oh my god! They're back!
As Zips settles in on top of Styx, Styx stands up and sort of does a slow shake to get everything into place and comfortable, and it just sort of stands up and looks around, lifts its head because it can't turn back to you.
Where are we going?
On an adventure.
Yes.
All right. Well, if everything's fine here with the spider, we should probably keep moving before something bigger shows up.
There's nothing bigger than Styx. Styx is the biggest. Well, I guess Jade's bigger than Styx.
I was about to say.
Before I met Jade, Styx was the biggest thing I've seen. So Jade, you've taken that title.
Not the giant mound of flesh in the
Jade
house
looks
basement.
really confused by that statement. She's not sure how to take it.
True, that was probably bigger. Honestly, I forgot about that because I was a little far away, and so scale was a little weird.
But anyway, it's still the middle of the night, and we're in not the nicest of lands. And let's just hope that the monster was Styx that everyone was mistaking for and not some other beast.
Will there be rats on this adventure?
There will be lots of treats on this adventure. Sometimes people.
Yes!
God, it's doing horrible.
This is to remind you, my favorite enemy, at least before I used the rework of the class in Tasha's, my favorite enemy was humanoids for a reason.
Oh my god.
Matt, I'm not sleeping tonight, and I just want you to know that.
Spiders.
Oh my god.
But the new version
Fucking
of
asshole.
the Ranger class in Tasha's doesn't have favorite enemy. So
Reunited.
And it
Terrifying.
feels
so
good.
good.
Reunited and it feels
fucking do.
That is adorable and terrifying, and there are mixed emotions here.
talking about my
Yes.
best friend.
So, you can add an additional 12 arrows to your inventory because that is what Styx
Oh,
has in. the quiver.
sweet.
Oh wow.
Congratulations, I think you're at an even 60 now.
I am.
Holy
3
crap.
full quivers.
I'm the rapid fire. Automatic bow.
So as you guys,
I'm gonna need a character sheet sometime just for Styx because they level up as I level up.
Gotcha. All right, that's not a problem. So with your new companion, with leading the pack is the spider riding goblin and Jade. You guys continue heading down the path, and as the sun begins to set, you come to a fork in the road. But as you look up the one way, you can hear a clamoring of excitement and a glowing orange light like campfire, and seems to be music as well coming in the distance. Based on what you initially encountered of your caravan people, this seems to be on par with their antics. So you guys make your way off that direction, and that is where we will end tonight.
Oh
We will pick
wow.
up next time at the Vistani camp. Thank you for listening to the Adventure Check podcast. If you enjoyed this session, you can follow us on twitch.tv/adventurecheck or on Twitter @adventurecheck and keep up with all of our nerdy shenanigans. See you next time.